Wow, my pet ants really need some more space. I hope it's not too late to give them more space. Luckily, I have the perfect new house for them. Wow, can you believe it's only 1 month ago since last we looked at this carpenter ant colony? Let's look at them today. Wow, so much growth. This nest should house the colony just fine for a few more weeks, but I still want to be ahead of this fast growing colony. For those who don't know this species of carpenter ant, these are my Camponotus Nicobarensis colony. This carpenter ant colony is soon hitting their 1-year anniversary, and oh my, I think they've done very well so far. Taking a closer look, it's busy inside the nest. Lots of workers running back and forward. I hope you know what you're doing, ladies. A really cool sight within the colony are these really big workers. Aren't they cute? These girls are repletes and functions as the colony's mini fridge. Their main goal in life is simply to go around and make sure everyone is happy and fed. Therefore, it's not at all a rare sight to see them feed another colony member. The kiss you are seeing is how they transfer food from one ant to another, and officially it's known as trophallaxis. You can also see their gaster is all white. This is a sign that the colony is well fed. White gaster means full on food. As they have a constant sugar source in their outworld that they empty within 2 weeks, I'd be quite surprised if they weren't full on food. What you will also see inside the colony is tons of ant babies. These are the future generations of the colony. From a small egg, these eggs hatch into a small larvae and slowly grow into the big ants you see running around. Once the larvae is full size, they spin a cocoon around them, and a few weeks later, voila, a new adult ant. The way you see that these are newborn ants are by looking at their brightly orange head. This is a sign that the exoskeleton is yet to be hardened. As she grows older, the exoskeleton will harden and she will turn to the more darkened red color. What you won't see inside this colony is the Royal Highness though. She is getting harder and harder to find, as workers often cover her up and hide her away. But it's your luck today, because I found her and she still looks very healthy, and as there's new eggs in the nest, she hasn't stopped laying yet. You may also see how many ants there are inside the nest. I'd say in a few weeks they are too big for the nest, and therefore I've decided to upgrade their home. Last week you may have seen my unboxing of this beautiful wooden nest. The reason I chose this nest is because it can open in 3 stages, meaning once the colony is out of room, I simply open the next section. The reason I don't just give everything by default is because it's healthy for an ant colony to slowly get more space, as they feel more safe being compacted in small groups. And with an open nest, there's simply too much space. Now, as this is a wood nest, not all ants may like to live in here. My main goal is actually to help remove all the big cocoons from the main nest. They take up so much space and they just need to lay in a dry environment. Now, connecting this new nest should be fairly simple. By simply disconnecting their old outworld and their old nest, I should be able to add a new 3-way connector and reconnect everything, but this time with one expansion port for the wooden nest. Was it this easy? Well, after 1 hour, I'd say no. I had some struggles that you luckily don't need to see. As it took some time for me to build the new setup, the ants were already exploring the new nest. And they sure seemed to like it. Look at them all running around, so confused to what all of this new space come from. Now that you have more space, I hope you won't think of trying to escape. But 1 day later, have they moved into the nest? No, not so many ants inside. I wonder what's wrong. Perhaps it was too soon to give them more space and they simply didn't need more space? No. One thing I'm sure of is I want my ants to live in this nest, so I will use a little trick. And one day later, voila! The nest is full. Now can you guess my trick? Let me know in the comments and I will reveal the answer in the end and see if you were right. Taking a closer look, and wow, they really like it in here. They've just planted all of their cocoons in here. And girls, I hope you don't forget about the babies in the bottom. And look, a newborn worker! She must be the first to ever enclose inside of this nest. Congratulations, young lady. The colony really seemed to like this new space and use it just as I had hoped. Looking back at their main nest and wow, so much more space. And not only that, I have 2 more nest sections to be opened in the wooden nest. This entire carpenter ant colony just seems to be doing so well, and that is surely a dream of every ant keeper. I feel we need to end it off in style and feed the ants a little bit. I've already shown the sugar tube, but looking up we also have a feeding dish, the perfect place to add some food after the ants' hard work moving into their new nest. Adding in the roach, and the ants seems quickly to come and take a look at today's meal. I hope you're hungry, girls, there's a lot to eat. Within only a few minutes, lots of ants had joined the feast and they really seem to like this roach. As the colony eats, they will bring back the protein from the roach and feed to the young larvae. This is what helps the larvae grow into the big ant. One of my favorite parts of this setup is looking at the main nest, and especially looking at the cork side of the nest. I overwatered the nest slightly a few weeks back, and since then they have started designing their nest themselves. To avoid going through all the young brood, they have simply carved out a segment of cork so they can skip this section. How cool is that? I don't know why, but I just love the thought of them actually making this nest themselves. Only downside to this is they have started to stick some of the old cork debris to the ceiling, making it a bit harder to look inside. But that's a compromise I'm willing to take just to see the ants do their business. The full setup is now an extra large cork gypsum nest from WaKooshi. The new wooden nest is from Foranto, and the big outworld is a S4 outworld also from WaKooshi, and all the small accessories is also from WaKooshi. Now if you want to get 10% on either store, you can use the discount code ANTHOLLEUFER for 10% off your next purchase. Like I said earlier, this colony is almost 1 year old, and let's not forget who I got this colony from back in the day. Ants Davy, you surely sent a healthy queen to me. I just can't believe that they've grown so much in so little time. And if you're interested in checking out any of the stores I just mentioned, there'll be a link in the description for all 3. Now what was the trick I used to moving the colony into the wooden nest? Well, my room is around 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. But as the cocoons need a hot and dry environment, I added a heat cable around the wooden nest in hope that the ants would move all the cocoons towards the heat. And well, they sure did. This is also why the top part of the nest is a lot more empty, as the nest isn't too hot and therefore not so optimal for the cocoons. Was that what you thought? Well, now you at least know the answer. Now I will say that this doesn't work with all ant species, but it's worth a try. Just make sure you don't cook the ants. And that has been it for this video. Now I know I haven't acted a lot in this video, now I'm here in the studio, but we can't forget the member lamp. This week's it's green and it's chosen by Simon and Kai. Thank you for the very traditional color green. And of course, if we just bring all the members up, thank you to all the members. Thank you, I mean it, thank you. and thank you for watching it to the end of the video. Now, we need a special thanks to the Holleufer family members. We have 6 of them, and let's just go over the list. A big thank you to Medical Carcase, Casper, Simon, Kai, Antscapes, and lastly, Ants Norway. Thank you to all the members. Now I want to ask you, do you keep Camponotus and Nicobarensis, and what do you think of their new setup? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, that has been it for this video. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, become a member today if you like, and I will see you all in another video. Bye!